Welcome back. Today we'll be in search for Nevada State historical markers numbers 136 through 140. So a little over 38 miles east of marker number 135 and just past the town of Austin is the junction of US 50 and State Route 376. We will need to travel south on State Route 376 for 3/10 of a mile. At a dirt pullout on the northbound shoulder, we will find our first marker in this series. Marker number 136, Toquima Cave. Toquima Cave. Toquima Cave is an extraordinary Great Basin Native American archaeological site. Toquima Cave's walls and ceiling are covered with pictographs in a variety of abstract and geometric designs painted with white, red, yellow, and black pigments. The meanings of these ancient designs may be as ceremonial markers, depictions of hallucinations, and art. Western Shoshone Indians historically occupied this region, and their ancestors most likely painted the Toquima Cave pictographs. Toquima Cave is located in a basalt outcrop on the east side of Pete Summit in the Toquima Range, about 12 miles to the east. The cave is accessed by a half-mile hiking trail from the U.S. Forest Service Toquima Cave Campground. In order to protect the pictographs from vandalism, visitors are separated from the cave walls by a cage-like structure. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 136. Turning back onto US 50 and continuing east for about 12.5 miles, we come to Hickerson Summit and our next marker, marker number 137, Hickason Summit. Hickerson Summit. About 1 mile northwest lies Hickerson Summit, a natural pass between two low buttes. The summit is named after rancher John Hickerson because the road to his ranch passed over the summit. Passes and canyons were common Native American hunting locations for funneling and ambushing bighorn sheep and deer herds. Archaeological sites in the region reveal a dominance of bighorn bones and horn, reflecting the bighorn's importance to Native Americans as food and raw material for tool production. The bighorn lacked resistance to disease introduced by domestic sheep in the 19th century, and this resulted in a catastrophic bighorn population decline throughout the West. Prehistoric Native American petroglyphs, images, and designs are carved into rock surfaces and are interpreted along a short hiking trail. Archaeologists hypothesize that the meaning for these designs include ceremonial, female puberty markers, ritual hunting magic symbols, and rock art or simply graffiti. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 137. Now, let's travel south for 96 miles. Tucked away at the end of Old State Route 82 and at an elevation of 7,400 feet is the small town of Belmont. Across the street from Dirty Dick's Belmont Saloon is a large dirt parking lot and our next marker, marker number 138, Belmont. Belmont. Belmont sits at an elevation of 7,400 feet. A spring flowing year-round made this a gathering site of the Shoshone Indians for rabbit drives and celebrations. In 1865, silver ore discoveries led to the development of an attractive, tree-shaded mercantile community. East Belmont became the mining and milling center. A wide range of nationalities worked the mines, operated businesses, and provided services. At its height, Belmont had schools, churches, a post office, and a newspaper, as well as a Chinatown, a red light district, and a racetrack. The town was the Nye County seat from 1867 to 1905. And a courthouse survives from this period. Belmont had a reputation as a rowdy town. Incidents of saloon brawls, vigilante actions, shootings, hangings, and feuds made the town notorious. Well-known Nevadans such as Jack Longstreet, Tasker Oddie, Jim Butler, and Andrew Mott all participated in local early history. Silver production totaling $4 million was from high-grade but shallow ore. By 1890, most mines ceased to be profitable and were forced to shut down. Belmont's population dwindled as most residents left for new discoveries in nearby mining towns. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 138. Now let's head south towards Moapa. As we pass Moapa, we will get onto I-15 heading towards Salt Lake City. We will get off at exit 93 and travel down State Route 169 for just over a quarter mile, and our next marker will be on the right-hand side in a large dirt lot. So let's take a look at marker number 139, Old Spanish Trail, the Journey of a Dead Man. The Old Spanish Trail, the Journey of the Dead Man. Early Spanish traders named the 55 dry miles separating Las Vegas and the Muddy River the Gironda del Muerto, Journey of the Dead Man. This longest stretch without water along the Old Spanish Trail was littered with the skeletons of animals and parts of wagons abandoned along the sandy desert. Most experienced travelers made the trip at night. John C. Fremont crossed the Gironda in 1844 and commented, "We ate the barrel cactus and moistened our mouths with the acid of the sour dock. Hourly expecting to find water, we continued to press on to midnight, when after a hard and uninterrupted march of 16 hours, our wild mules began running ahead, and in a mile or two we came to a bold running stream, the Muddy River." Nevada State Historical Marker, number 139. Let's turn around and head to Las Vegas. Once in Las Vegas, let's take US 95 south to Palm Gardens, and then take a left onto State Route 163 to Laughlin. Next, we will need to turn onto the Needles Highway and continue southward for 6.5 miles to our next marker. Marker number 140, Spanish Trail, Garces Expedition. The Garces Expedition. Seeking to open a land route between the missions of Sonora and California, Fray Francisco Hermenegildo Garces, OFM, a Franciscan missionary priest and explorer, was the first European to enter the present boundaries of Nevada. He departed Mission San Xavier del Bac near Tucson in October of 1775, and by late February of 1776, the Spanish Franciscan friar had reached the Mojave villages located just south of this location on the banks of the Colorado River. Garces was now traveling in areas never before seen by a non-Native American. Relying on Native American guides, he walked from village to village. The Mojave agreed to lead him to the Pacific coast along a route used for trade purposes. It was from this general location on March 4, 1776, accompanied by 4 natives, that Garces left the banks of the Colorado and set out across the Mojave Desert. He reached Mission San Gabriel Archangel 20 days later. Upon his return, he again visited the Mojave villages in this vicinity in May of 1776. His route followed a much older prehistoric trail used to bring shells and other trade goods to the tribes of the desert and mountain west. On July 19, 1781, a Quachian revolt against Spanish forces, Father Garces was killed at La Purísima Concepcion mission near the Yuma crossing. Padre Garces' body was later interred at the Franciscan Church of the Colegio del Santa Cruz, Querétaro, Mexico. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Excerpts from Father Garces' diary. I proceeded 3 leagues on the course northwest with some turns to the west-northwest. I observed this locality to be in 35 degrees, 1 minute, and I named it San Pedro de los Jamajabs. In this situation and that below, there are good mesas for the foundation of missions, and though they are near the river, they are free from inundation. Father Garces' entrance into Nevada, March 3, 1776. March 4th, on which was made the observation noted on the 3rd day, I departed accompanied by 3 Jamajab Indians and by Sebastian, on a course southwest, and at 2 leagues and a half arrived at some wells, which I named Pozos de San Casmarino. There is some grass. Father Garces' departure from Nevada, March 4th, 1776. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 140.